Yo, welcome to Ed Media. With the reveal of our character roster in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, we will be going over who I will be maining and who I won't today. I have a tier list available and today we will be going over every tier from least playability from me to the characters I'm gonna main. So let's get started. Okay, so I don't have a particular order in this tier for who I will never be playing at all, so I'll just say at a random order. First up is Egg Pawn. I don't think anyone would ever be like, yes, I'm gonna choose the Egg Pawn out of everyone in this roster. Like, dude, it's just a regular Egg Pawn. Why would I ever play as it when there's literally everyone I wanted here? So never playing as him. Now, I'm not really a fan of Persona or Yakuza, which is why Joker and Ichiban are next. Not only am I not a fan of their series, they don't even have a voice. Yeah, not only do I not really interact with their series, they don't even have voices. These are literally such chopped characters. I have no incentive to play as them. Okay, well, those are the characters I'm not playing as at all. Only 3, it's fine. Next tier. So this tier is the characters I'm gonna try out, but probably like a couple times. Again, no specific order here, just randomized order. Actually, I think all the tiers are in randomized order and not anything specific. So I guess I'll start with the crossover characters first. I got the ghosts from Pac-Man, because while it's awesome they're here, they are simply that, the ghosts from Pac-Man. The basic enemies from there. It would have been cool to have Miss Pac-Man, but she never coming back. Next we have Patrick. Patrick is cool, but he's the secondary character compared to the main star SpongeBob, so I feel like I won't use him as much as I'd want to, considering we have so many options. Finally we have Alex. We already have Steve and the Creeper, which I want to use frequently, so I doubt I'll have enough time to use her. Now for the Sonic Racers, Zez is here because I'm not a huge fan of him, and I'm sure I'll choose Zavok over him, and I feel like there were better choices for Deadly Six guys. I won't use him much. Next is Storm. I would want to use him more since he's part of the big comeback, but the other Babylon rogues are just so cool and there's so many other cool characters that I feel like I won't use him as much. Next is Big. Big is usually not a character I'd choose for racing games since he's fat, so he's usually heavy and not pleasant to use, like in Team Sonic Racing, so yeah, I won't use him much. Finally is Eggman. Kinda surprised that I wasn't as excited to use him, but I think it's because he's also a heavy character, so yeah, I won't use him much. We finished up this tier, so on to the next one. These characters are ones that I'll definitely use more than a couple of times. I'll use them a good amount of times, but they won't be as frequent though. I'll go over the crossovers first. Let's start with SpongeBob. I like SpongeBob, but I'm not a huge fan of the show, but I like the show enough to use him a good amount of times. Next is Pac-Man. I like Pac-Man, but I've only ever played the first game. I do want to play some of his games though, which is why I'll use him a good amount of times but not frequent. Then we have Steve and the Creeper. I definitely see myself using them a good amount of times, because I played Minecraft a lot as a kid, but I don't see myself using them frequently because I'm not that interested in Minecraft anymore. And finally for crossovers is Hatsune Miku. I really love her design, but I've actually never consumed or interacted with anything Miku related. Only reason why I'll use her a lot is because I really like her design. Wait, actually I lied, because the last crossover character for this tier is Dread. While I like Dread, he's not really a favorite of mine in the show, so I don't see myself using him frequently. Now for the base roster. First is the children Cream and Charmy. These guys are characters I like and I'm glad they're returning, but I don't see them being frequent picks. Next is unfortunately Vector. I like him a lot and I'm sad he's not higher, but like, I just don't feel the incentive to use him, you know. I don't see myself using him frequently. And that's all of them. Now on to the next tier. Alright, so for this tier, we are going over characters I will be using frequently, but they won't be frequent enough to be mains. So first up is Silver and Blaze. These guys are definitely gonna be frequent usage. I see myself using them a good bit. They're really cool and interesting. Like, seriously, these characters are really cool, but not as cool as my mains, but you know, cool enough. I like them a lot. Next is Rouge and Omega. I like them a lot too. Omega has been really funny with his rival dialogue, so I'm excited to see that. Like deadass, this game has peak dialogue with him. Every rival dialogue I've seen with him has been hilarious. And he has a cool as hell design too. And Rouge is just a really cool character, I love her a lot. She is one of my favorites, but for some reason, I don't see her being a main, but I do see myself using her frequently because she's goated like that. And finally we have the core 4 cast. These guys have been really growing on me recently. They are definitely some of my favorite characters in general, so I'll be using them a lot. I don't see them being mains because like we always see them, so they're not someone that's creating excitement, but I know I'm gonna be using them a lot. And that's it for frequent picks. Now let's move on. So you might be wondering what this means. So essentially these guys are my mains, but not the ones I'm gonna be truly maining. Like I'll be using them a lot, and trust me a lot, but they won't be used nearly as much as my true mains. Especially since a good chunk of them don't have voices. For the crossovers we have 9 and Rusty Rose. Sonic Prime was a show I watched since it released, and occasionally I rewatch some episodes. Not all of them since I know the show wasn't that good. But I did have my share of favorites in the show. And these two were one of them. I really love them a lot, and I'll gladly take this opportunity to have them playable. I really enjoyed them on the show. And plus their designs are actually really peak, like the robotic tails and the cyborg stuff is just so peak and badass. Too bad it was wasted on a mid-show, but at least they're finally playable in an actual game. So excited. Next we have Werehog. He was someone I didn't think would be playable, but I'm excited to play as him. I've always found the form cool, and I'll take the opportunity to play as him. Like who wouldn't want to play as Werehog, he's so sick. Next is Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic has always been a favorite of mine, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna play as him. He's so cool looking and just cool in general. He's also a favorite of mine, and he hasn't appeared that much recently. Last time he had a role was Forces, but that was a phantom copy and he basically didn't exist in Team Racing, so super excited to use him here. And finally we have Wave. I didn't think I would main Wave before the beta, but after I've really grown fond of her attitude during the race along with her design. Like deadass, before the game, I thought nothing of Wave, just a neutral stance, but ever since the announcement of her return, I've gone back and realized I missed out on such a peak character. I've even looked at the Riders series to see her, and she's a really funny character. I'm really starting to like her. So yeah, she'll be a second tier main. Now on to the final tier. Now these are the characters I'll truly be maining. Characters I will be using all the time and occasionally use someone else. These are the characters I'll be switching around with but mostly using, along with the second tier mains, but these are the true ones. So first up we have Super Sonic, because he can only be used in the Grand Prix. So I'll only be using him in the Grand Prix. But I'll use him a lot there because it's fucking Super Sonic. He's so badass and cool looking, I can't wait to use him on the track, and he's gonna be broken, so he'll be a good reward. Next we have Sage. I've really enjoyed Sage in Frontier, so I'm excited to use this opportunity to play as her. She's really cool. Next we have Zavok. This may be a surprise to y'all, but I have a really big soft spot for Zavok. I think he's one of my favorites, and I literally don't know why, but all hail Peakfok. And now that he's playable, I'll be using him a lot. One of the few power characters I'm gonna main. We're in the top 3 now. First up is Espio. Espio was noticeably absent in Team Sonic Racing, which was very disappointing, but he's back now and I'm very excited to play as him. He's really cool and is one of my favorites, so yeah, he's gonna be one of my mains. Honestly, I'm really excited to finally have him in a kart racer. He's gonna be so sick. My second main is Shadow. Shadow is my favorite character in the franchise, so I'm obviously gonna main him. He's really cool and is also a speed type character, and they're probably the best type of characters, so yeah. And with the year of Shadow, Shadow Generations, and Movie 3, yeah, I'm gonna be using him a lot, and he's gonna be my favorite possibly forever. I love this dude. We will be maining Shadow. But, he's not actually gonna be my main. Oh yes, there's actually someone I'm gonna be using more than Shadow, my literal favorite character, but who is that and why? Well, my main for this game, my true ultimate main that I will be using the most is Jet the Hawk. After all of these years, Jet the Hawk is back. You heard me right, he's fucking back. After all those years he's finally back. And I have been anticipating his return. Jet has been a character I've wanted to return for so long. I loved his cocky attitude and he looks very cool. He's such a cool rival, and he has been slowly moving up my favorites as I look back at the Rivals games. I've just been waiting for the next Rivals game or even his big comeback, but no luck. And now it's his grand return and comeback, so I'm ready to play as him. He's been the character I've been most excited to play as. The trailers, all of it, I just wanted more Jet the Hawk. And with the game arriving, you bet your ass I'm gonna be using him and his extreme gear the most. I'm gonna main the hell out of him. Jet the Hawk is my main. My main.
Feel the power of Babylon!
Well, that was my character maining tier list. All in all to say, I really love this roster and I love that we have these choices. What an upgrade for Team Sonic Racing. All that movies and Frontiers money paid off, and now time for me to main Espio, Shadow, and Jet the Hawk. Today is actually the day of the Sonic Racing Crossworlds release, so right now, I'm most likely playing as Jet the Hawk. I hope you enjoyed the video. Who will you be maining? Comment below. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe por favor. Goodbye.